Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Smash Dispatch podcast. As always, the first one of 2021. As always, I'm your host Fidel, joined by Mr. Ultimate Shadow X. Oops.
Hello.
And
new year, new episode.
New year, new episode. It's also this, I was looking yesterday and we uploaded the first episode on December 28th. So this podcast is a fucking year old. Jesus.
Yeah, let's go.
That's crazy. I can't believe. Yeah, that's wild. Like it's like we just. I feel like
I think Smash is a very, very special series because there's so much to talk about in general. You know what I mean?
I
like,
know.
you can never I feel like it's literally impossible to stop talking about Smash.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, it's that weird thing of like it's been this lucky thing where like it's almost like. Okay, we get like a few episodes where we get to do a topic about something, then Smash News starts to rumble, then a trailer comes out, and then we do an episode about that, then it's an episode about like the moveset and the update, and then a few more episodes where it's about like just topics, and then another character bounces. So it's been like a cool, healthy mix of oh, we're able to talk about Smash News, and then we're able to talk about like topics, and it's been really fun.
Right, yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, and we are. I mean, we're here. We are 2021, and it's also what could be the final year of Smash Ultimate hype. You know, this is
support. Least DLC support, because I think even after all the DLC stopped in Smash 4, they did balance patches and. Yeah. Honestly, you know what? I'm kind of surprised now that you say it. I feel like we haven't gotten a new Spirit event in a while, so who knows how long they'll keep doing Spirit events too.
Yeah, it's like genuinely been like since maybe like September was the last time they added DLC spirits. Like it's weird. Like it's almost like they temporarily did that and then they stopped. Like maybe it is a thing where like the game is just winding down on like just support in general. Like obviously like now we're getting our DLCs. We got like small battlefield. So maybe I don't know. Maybe they're just like shifting. Who knows? Really, it's hard to tell.
I feel like there was a point in Smash 4 where Sakurai was like, "We are winding down development and only have like blah 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 left." I don't think he's said anything quite yet for Ultimate, obviously, because we have 3 DLC characters left. But still.
Yeah, and another thing was like what's it called? Yeah, I mean also Smash 4. Which is weird and kind of cool about it was like it was also able like it got a lot of random free stages. I wish we got like again we all like for a long time in the beginning used to be like, oh, they're definitely gonna add like Poke Floats later or like because I think isn't there like 6 missing stages only?
There is a few missing stages. Yeah, I think we're missing like Pac Maze, Rainbow Road. There's F-Zero from
Floats.
Melee, and then. There's
a Metroid stage, right?
Which is the one you could go into the background.
Right.
I don't think we have that one. I think we're also missing the big orbital gates.
Right.
Stage.
Orbital gate assault. Yeah.
And Woolly World. Yeah. We're missing like it's a weird, odd collection of stages. But yeah, I really do hope that they add all those missing stages back because I feel like it would make it more complete.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I think I'm not sure it's an ice climber stage, but it's that stage where like you're always climbing upwards.
The vertical scrolling. Yeah, there's the vertical ones. There was one like that in Brawl, and then there's the ice climber mountain. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. So it would be nice if like, hey, I mean, if by maybe like next year since the DLC is done, maybe that's when they start dropping, or maybe even this year, just be like, because I assume. Because, I mean, this year we were able to have 4, like, in 2019 and 2018, we were able to have 4 characters each. So I'm wondering if, like, because there's only going to be 3 this year, if maybe we'll get some kind of free updates. Because, I assume the timetable for 3 characters left might be, like, what? April, midsummer, like, July or June, and then, like, sometime in the fall for the last one?
Yeah, if they spaced it out correct, like that, it'd be like 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, or like, you know, a little bit more, give or take, you know, to space it out through the year. Because, you know, like I said, we're not going to get like those double reveals like we did back in the Fighter Pass one anymore or anything.
It would be cool if like the last 2 were like a double reveal. I think that would be really fun.
That's how they did Corn and Bayo, which that could be pretty exciting, yeah.
I feel like they might. Like, I feel like that would be like a good, like if they do like a summer E3 or like, not even E3 because that's dead, but like, you know, just like a big summer direct and like, here are the 2 last fighters. It'd be I feel like that would like.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd be pretty exciting. I feel like, yeah, like I do agree though. I would like to see a lot of like legacy stuff come back just to make this like the ultimate Smash game. Like at this point, like the new stuff very exciting, but like I'd love like like. I know it probably wouldn't be feasible, but like we said, like some form of target test, because that's like such a celebrated part of Smash that's still missing. Like missing stages that are part of, or have been part of the game, just haven't been added yet. That sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's just I feel like when Sakurai, because I feel like ever since he had said that what's it called, hitting hitting the bat home run contest was like the last mode they were adding. I feel like that kind of ruined all hope for any extra modes. And again, even like a boss rush, the closer we're getting is Sephiroth.
Yeah, I know. I do agree. Like that's actually the funny thing about Sephiroth is because I really think it's funny how he had like the boss rush. Yeah, and a lot of people were like, "Wait, I just want to play the boss rush normally. I don't, it's like, why is it locked behind Sephiroth?
It's so weird. Yeah. No, again, it's like I feel like it would just be really easy. Like, you could add even like when you get to a hard difficulty, you get like Galeem and Darkon at the end as a fight.
Yeah, or you could have like a leaderboard for how fast people can get through it. Like that'd be super sick.
Yeah. I don't think it would take that much work either, but I guess like they maybe they just felt like they didn't need to put in, especially by this point. Like it's usually hard for games like this to justify adding single player content by like later, because by that point everybody's
true. Right, because a lot of the focus, like at launch, like that's when you want to add like close like the first year or so, which they did. I mean, to be fair, like they want to add all the single player stuff, all the quality of life changes, and then they go back on balancing characters and everything afterwards. So yeah, like it makes sense, but like the unfortunate thing is like I still love Brawl for the single player content like everyone does, and it'd be really cool just to get some like more of that. Like I think the one that we said last time that I really like was if they just add more to World of Light, because we got those new like the new trailers, like a lot of the trailers like show the DLC characters, but they're like not involved, and it'd be really cool if there was like we added a little extra before the end, Yeah,
it'd be really cool. It'd be like a really nice like, hey, here's like an extra area where it's gonna be like all the spirit DLC battles and stuff, and some new spirits. It'd be really nice, especially because like it's been now multiple DLC trailers where like they like not necessarily hinting, but like they keep like throwing in World of Light as like a idea, right? Like you have the hero trailer where like everyone, you have the dark versions of the character from the campaign, and then you have what's it called? We had Sephiroth's trailer where he's killing Galeem. So it's like they do. It's not like they sit down and pretend World of Light doesn't exist. So I don't know. It would be a nice little thing. Again, doubt it, but hopefully. We can't say never again. Like I say, I do think maybe because there are 3 characters left, we might get at some point some kind of like, hey, here's a Smash update with like this, and this, and it'll come with some, maybe like just a freebie. Like, hey, here's some free stages, here's some free spirits. Thank you for your support and all that stuff as we continue to work on the last set of characters. But it's gonna be it's exciting and kind of not scary, but like sad. Like the fact that I don't know, like especially because we've all said this multiple times, like we might genuinely never get a game like this. The fact that we're in the potentially last year of its excitement and hype and everything is like it's kind of sad. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, like I think the only thing that's like sad about it, to me at least, was I feel like this, just last year, it was. Yeah. I'm still not used to it being a new year. Last year, it was still, there were still a lot of great things that happened to Smash, a lot of cool characters, but it was also like, I think one of the hardest years for Smash, just in terms of like, I think, there was a lot of stuff going on in the community. There was a lot of, I think, like, I understand, but I still think there are still people who are still angry about Byleth. Like, please get over it. Yeah. And then just everything that happened with the virus, because, the online situation was less than ideal, for sure. And I feel like if Smash was a game that had, really some of the best online rollback, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff, I feel like this could have been one of the best years for Smash, like, in terms of bringing in more people, because, online tournaments are very big, and... Yeah. like if the game had like really good online, more people would have been playing, more people wouldn't have been frustrated with the game. And I feel like because it didn't, that also particularly made this like a very hard year, or like last year very hard.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you do have a good point there, because I feel like like Smash is, I mean, all fighting games are better in person, like the community aspect is really cool, but Smash especially, it's a game where like online was not a reliable way to play that game. So when competitive players are forced in a situation where they have to play online, it turned off a lot of those players, right? And obviously we had like there was a lot going on in the summer, and it's like it felt like a very big, like, when you're 3 years into a game's life, which this year we are now. When you're in year 3 of a game's life, the people that are still playing are like, the people that really care and they're really into it. And like even me, like in not necessarily because of the online, right? Just like I feel like in last year was the year where I played a lot like during a stream or like when a character was dropping. It wasn't like I was popping in Smash as much as I was in the years prior. And again, I just think obviously that's just kind of the cycle of gaming. And like it's just, I feel like for the competitive scene it hurt it a bit, because not being able to go to an event and not even, it's like I feel like you just lose something. I remember it was about a week ago, I think Japan had its first like Giant Ball Fighters local in like a year, and it was so hyped to watch. Like, and it was, it reminded me of just like,
Japan has been doing locals not just for fighters. They were doing some Smash locals. Like I think they started doing like in-person locals back in like late November or so, and I was watching some of that, and it was so exciting to see again. Like, offline Smash is definitely just a completely different experience than online. Like, you can have it, I've had plenty of games that are like the connection's stable and it's fine and I'm having fun, but like that is only when specifically I'm playing with friends in lobbies. Like I feel like, there are people who just want to grind the game, grind against people online, and it's a harder experience for them. Like it sucks. It takes a lot of the incentive to keep playing the game for a lot of people. Like I know just a lot of pros were very just burnt out on the game just because they just really wanted to play offline, but obviously they couldn't.
Yeah, and at least it was nice that the last 2 characters we got last year were characters that really were like exciting in completely different ways, like Minecraft.
The last 2 characters, I think like. We've already said enough about Violet, but the last 2, I think, were universally like, well, Steve literally broke Twitter, and Sephiroth was like one of the best reveals, I think, just in terms of like, character choice and the trailer and how out of left field it was, and like the hype because like, it was so unexpected. Like, the DLC, it was amazing this year. Oh, and everyone loved Min Min too. Like Min Min was, I think nowadays people don't really talk about her that much. But like when she came out, everyone was like, like Min Min was like the coolest character from ARMS. I love Min Min, like you know what I mean. So,
and apparently a lot of people like Japanese are saying she's like busted as shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it was funny because I saw Min Min trending not too long ago. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like nobody talks about Min Min and like to garner that. And in Japan, because they are offline again, and offline's such a different environment. Like they have really good Min Min players in Japan right now, and they are just like. They are dominating the scene. Like people, they tilt the hell out of people because of the range, and apparently they have like some kill confirms and stuff like that. And you should definitely watch the VODs of these Min Min players, because it's like that the West doesn't have this at all. There's no one playing Min Min here, so it's really interesting to watch.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, no, I can't wait to see what they do for these final 3 and seeing Sakurai for a few more times before we pass on to whatever the future is. And we also did, so last time we talked about, first impressions of Sephiroth after like 2 days of the character. And now we got the what was it? Is it 10.0 or 11.0? I think it's, or is it 9.0? Was it 10.0? I think it's 10.0.
I feel like it's 10. I feel like it's 10.
Yeah, I think it was 10. Yeah, I think it was 10. There was not, in terms of balance patches, this was like a very subtle one, right? It wasn't that many characters.
Yeah, it was just multi-hit fixes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think people wanted more substantial patch notes, but again, like I think when Sakurai was like, well, we do a lot of our testing from playing against each other in the office during lunch, like when he was saying how they like decide to do balance changes with I think just because of the situation last year and going into this year, like that's why there wasn't really anything substantial. Because and also Japanese locals just started up again around that time. That's true. So
yeah, because Sakurai can say what he wants, but he does pay attention. So
yeah, he does pay attention. I think the lack of events and serious serious big events has been hampered sort of how why it hasn't been that many balance notes and why the ones we have gotten have been very minimal. But I think now that everyone's back at the office that we saw for Sephiroth, I think we will start to see bigger balance changes again.
Yeah, exactly. No. Now that we have more stuff going on, I think it's gonna be more enjoyable to see. So yeah, no. We also got. Did you enjoy? Did you try any of the spirit battles for?
Yeah, the spirits were very, very fun. They were fun. There were some little nods in there that I really appreciated. I was very, very happy that the Barrett fight had a Jessie and Biggs
that was
and Wedge
really cool.
In the beginning. Those 3 Miis, that's who they were supposed to be. And Jessie had a Bob-omb because she's the explosive expert. I love that. That was such a little cute detail.
It was fun.
So that one was definitely a favorite. I also really liked
the Red 13 as Duck Hunt was really
fun. That was so funny. Yes, I love that one too. That was very, very funny.
Sid as Link is a good one. That's a really clever one. They also had Kate Sith with Roy and Game & Watch, which I thought was fucking dumb but really funny.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did that. It was weird to see Yuffie as Sheik. I guess
they are both ninjas. I think that's what it was. They're both ninjas.
Yeah. I'm looking at these. Vincent was Wolf, which that I kind of understand what they were doing there. It was also fun seeing the Turks with just I think it was Robin and then the Mii, just a bunch of Miis. Which
the Mii, what was funny was that the Miis they made for Mr. Rude, because he's the bald pitbull looking guy. The Mii was perfect. The Mii literally looked really exactly like him. It had the sunglasses and everything. That was so funny.
Oh man, they did a good job with that. And also Bahamut as Giant Ridley, really clever one.
That one was hard. That was actually that took me a few tries to beat that one.
That was really good. You had a weird one, I guess, Shiva Zero Suit Samus. I get the idea. I guess they have a sexual outfit, but still, that was a weird one.
I was kind of hoping that they would have done, I don't know, I thought them doing some of the summons, Shiva. That's a weird choice. I thought they would have picked a character from a remake or something that.
Yeah.
But
Ifrit as Bowser was good too.
There was no Genova, no Hojo, you know what I mean, those type of big characters, or any there wasn't really any of the bosses really. If now that I think about it,
not too many.
Yeah, they could. I feel they the summons I thought were weird choices, but the characters themselves are really, really cool.
Yeah. Again, I feel with bosses in Final Fantasy, it would be harder to tether to characters. Obviously they get creative and weird, but I guess maybe it would have taken a. It's funny how spirit battles almost It's funny. It's they almost force you to use your imagination sometimes.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. You gotta okay, what's the connection? Okay, you gotta think about it a little bit sometimes, and I like
that.
It's
really cool. I like that. Yeah, it's almost like a fan a fan moment of just okay, how do I get this? Because if you it's there's spirit battles where if you play them and you don't know the franchise, you're what is this supposed to reference? Where obviously, if you know it, you're that's clever how they did that. It's a nice mental click there. So I really like that. Like I said, there wasn't too many balances. The what's it called? The spirit battles were fun. Yeah, the classic mode was also very fun. I enjoyed doing the boss. Oh, actually, no, we talked about that. And have you played more Sephiroth? Do you like him? Because I feel
I've been playing. I played more Sephiroth. I've been watching more footage, and I've come to the conclusion that I feel like he's pretty balanced, all things considered. I think he has defined weaknesses and he has defined strengths. And absolutely. Like I said, there are definitely some characters that just cannot deal with his range. But I feel if that's Smash has such a huge roster that everyone has a secondary character to cover their bad matchups. Exactly. So they're definitely there's a character that's not working for you against him. There's always gonna be when I can get in his face or punish his really, really slow wind up on his attacks, and just sort of or outzone him, because he's sort of, I feel he is sort of a jack of all trades in terms of range. he has some projectiles, but they're not the best projectiles in terms of like how fast they come out and that sort of thing. And he has like really good range, but he's not like and he has good move speed, but he doesn't have like the fastest attacks to come out.
Right.
And he also doesn't have the longest range. Like, you know, you obviously have like your Min and the Belmonts too, who have better projectiles. So it's like he's a very flexible character that I do think that we will see a lot of people pick him up only because I feel like he's very simple to grasp. Like, you sort of get the gist of the character very quickly, and then you sort of can go up from there. He has a higher, like, the skill floor is low, but you have, like, a somewhat higher ceiling, you know?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I like about him is like he's got a good kit, and it doesn't feel like it's impossible to master. I feel like it's just there's certain techniques you can learn. Like, I feel like once people start mastering getting that side B in, it's gonna create ultimate pressure on people, because like that feeling of having like those 4 orbs around you is like a stressful moment of like, shit, when am I supposed to shield? Is he gonna hit me right when I'm shielding and I'm gonna get fucked? It's like you can create crazy pressure with that thing, and I think that move alone is something that's like, it's hard to land because like you don't think of like trying to do that like side B. Like, once people figure out like the range of it, like where specifically you have to stand and stuff, I feel like it's gonna be like a deadly tool in a lot of ways. But like it's just, his sword swipes are so fun. Everything about it is just like he's been one of the most fun ones to use, and obviously one of the most badass. He's an awesome addition.
You feel like I feel like that's like the really cool thing is like the impact. Like, he has a lot of impact. Like, when you hit something, it really feels like you just blasted. Like, you know, you just sliced them, you blasted them. Like, it feels very satisfying. So
yeah, exactly.
They really did a good job with the character, and I think like I think right now a lot of people, I think he feels somewhat oppressive to some people because, like, you know, online it's harder to punish a lot of that stuff. I'd be really interested when like in-person events start showing up again, like what people will do with them, because I feel like he does really well online, but we'll see if that translates to like actual tournaments.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I really want to see what he can do like in a true battle. That'll be really exciting. But yeah, no, like, good on them for the whole Sephiroth pack. I really like how they handled it. I liked how they did like the early thing. And yeah, so who would you say, like, now that we've had 8 DLC fighters, I believe in total? Have we 3, 5? Technically 9 with Piranha Plant, I guess.
Yeah, with the Piranha Plant, yeah.
Yeah, what would you say are your like top 3, like your 3 favorite ones so far?
Oh, that's so hard. I feel like in terms of like to play,
yeah,
I really like. Okay, so I gotta factor in like play and this like sort of like the other factors of the character. Yeah. I still feel like Terry is number 1 because
Terry's
like
awesome.
The character feels very fluid to play, is very fun to move around with, just how he dashes across like the stage, and you can do some really cool combos, and he's very faithful. But I also think like what Terry came with was like the stage with absurd. All of the cameos and 40 songs, like that was insane. Like, you are not going to get that from any other DLC character. So that was incredible. I really think Terry was something really, really special. And then I honestly like, a big Persona fan. I like Joker, but I think I'm gonna put Sephiroth like number 2 because I think the reveal for Sephiroth was ridiculous, and I feel like I feel like Sephiroth just being a character that is so cool, but also so like you can just get right into him. Like, you just you click with him very easily, and then you start to figure it out. Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of fun. So I really do enjoy playing as Sephiroth right now. And then I think number 3. I'm gonna have to go with Joker because that's a classic. That was the first one, the first big one. I mean, and I love the series to heart. So it's just really cool to see it represented.
Yeah. No, it's definitely hard. Like, yeah, I'd say I do think my 3 favorite would be the Terry pack for sure. Yeah, Terry would be there. Because obviously, the amount of content he came with. The character for me is just like really fun to play. I like doing his original inputs. I like his KO move. I would say Sephiroth is number 2 because he's awesome. Like, he's just badass. The music's fantastic. Everything about it is just dope as shit. And I would honestly like the most shocking one is Steve. Man, I've had so much laughter with Steve. He is such a weak fun character.
I appreciate Steve so much for what he is, for what he brought to Smash. Like it's absurd. Like it like visually, like it is the most disconnected, like what the heck thing in Smash, and yet like it's perfect. Like it's literally perfect because they couldn't have done it any other way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
That's why I really appreciate Steve, and I think the creativity on Steve was through the roof. Like they went above and beyond for that character because they knew how big of a deal Minecraft is. Yeah. And, you know, like, I will always appreciate that, even as someone who doesn't play Minecraft. I think the only reason that I didn't put Steve on my top 3 is just because, like, I like the idea of the character. I really think what they do is great, but, like, I personally playing as them, I think the lack of, like, voice lines and, like, animations,
fair.
I mean, that's all accurate, but to me it's like it feels like empty. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
I get
it feels like there's nothing going on. You know what I mean?
I understand. I think that's why I find it really hilarious. Like I just think he's a fun. Like winning with him just feels really funny and stupid, and I love it.
He just stares menacing you, like just emptily at you. Like he's so like soulless, but like in a like a comedic way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he's genuinely perfection. Like I just think he's like the funniest. The songs have no right. Like the remixes, they have no right being that good.
The remixes are so good too. I think honestly, in terms of like music added, like a lot of the SNK music, like there were some remixes which were really good.
Yes,
but
sir.
like a lot of it were just straight from SNK's library. For the Minecraft songs, like a lot of those were original. And I think like added a DLC, those like the compositions for the Minecraft songs are probably some of my favorite that they've added. To be honest with you,
absolutely. And I'm totally with you there. Yeah, exactly. No, so yeah, I would say those are awesome. Now, granted, I will give again shout outs to like characters like Min Min were really fun. I enjoy, but Violet I ended up just liking really for a week. I didn't really end up playing Violet much after. Joker is super. I feel like it's so weird with Joker. I love Joker, but I feel like because I played with so many friends that use Joker, I never ended up playing Joker.
It's funny because I was definitely the type of person who I was like, hell yeah, like I want to main Joker. I love the Persona series, and like I would play them, and it would just be like Joker ditto, Joker ditto, Joker ditto,
exactly.
and like a lot of my friends main Joker, and it would just be that again. I'm like, I can't deal with this. And I like playing as them still, and like for sure. And I feel that way about like Violet because like Corrin and Smash 4 are like genuinely one of my favorite just characters to play as in a fighter period. Like that was a character I felt like I clicked with, and I really liked what they brought to the table. And like I don't know, I didn't get the same feeling I wanted out of like Smash 4 Corrin. Like I was hoping Violet would be like a Smash 4 Corrin type of character, and I sort of feel it, but I feel like there's something missing with the character that I just don't connect with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I also like Banjo. I love so much. I just like it. To me, it's like he's just a feel good character to go play as. I just love doing like his back.
Yeah, that's like it's funny. Like there's a lot of people who think that Banjo plays really boring, and like for me, I really like playing Banjo because I felt like, and I like watching good Banjos because I feel like the setups with the grenade and the eggs, like you can do some crazy setups with Banjo, and like watching a good Banjo is really fun. Like I think a lot of people get that stigma because it's like, oh, it's a Banjo online, he's just gonna spam. But like if you play against someone who mains Banjo, knows what they're doing, and they do the grenade setups and combos, you're like, whoa, what? Like this is not the same character.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's so like he's just a character. He's very like he's just fun to play as. He's very obviously like expressive and fun. It's just like his stage is really fun to me. The music is awesome. Like I love whenever I pick him up. Yeah, in general, the platformer like characters are some of my favorites in the game. But yeah, no, it's again, like it's really awesome. So I'm very excited for this final year to see what kind of hype we get. What kind of final. Also the costumes were great. The fucking Era, Tifa, Barrett, all these other guys. Those are like some fun costumes.
We did our Sans memes, so we got those out of our system. So
it was really fun. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's just a great time.
I think again, like Square is Square, and Sakura had to explain, copyrights are a bitch, basically. I do, a lot of us wish. I wish there were more not even just Final Fantasy. I do wish there were more Square. Just costumes with that pack, because it's very, very unlikely that we're gonna get any more Square content for the rest of the DLC. I very highly doubt we're gonna get anything more Square related. You know?
Yeah, like I almost would like it's like okay, it's like I feel like I understand, because I understand some people say like, I feel like putting Sora as a costume might have been a little disrespectful. Like, people might have felt like that's not enough to substantiate a character.
Yeah, that's what happened to Travis, like, Touchdown. Yeah. Like, unironically, people felt kind of blindsided by that, you know?
Yeah, because he wasn't even, like, a premium one. Like, it's like, you got a song right there. Just feel like, yeah, here it is. But it's like, I feel like a character like that I adore, like Chrono. I don't think Chrono's getting in Smash. So I feel like if they had added, you know, the red wig, you know, his costume that looks really dope, like, that would have been, like, a really cool costume in there, you know, or like some of the other, like I said, like even other like we're not getting fucking Yuffie or fucking any of these like Noctis in Smash or anything, so it would have been cool to get some of the other FF
like the other Final Fantasy characters, even, like, you know, it would have, like, you know, because again, like it's very, very unlikely that we're going to get anything more from Square, so this would have been the perfect opportunity to just sort of round it out with Mii costumes and like, hey, we see you, Nier fans, we see you, like, Chrono Trigger fans, like, that sort of thing, but, you know, Square is Square, and unfortunately that wasn't the case.
Yeah, because honestly, like, even, like, okay, it's obvious, I would adore 2B and 9S in the game, but it's like, they would really be easy costumes. Like, if you have, like, the white hair, the headband, and the costume, it's like, it's pretty, like, close enough with a Mii sword fighter, you know? It would look, I think it would genuinely look really good. I think so, at least. Maybe it wouldn't be like, again, a little, maybe like they do a thing where like, okay, maybe high profile characters shouldn't be Mii costumes because they don't want to like fucking feel like they're almost like brushing them aside or whatever. So yeah, either way, really fun stuff we've gotten, and yeah, like I can't wait to see what we get next. We got 3 more of these. We have a lot of it'll be fun. Now we can get back to talking about more just like Smash topics and stuff. And yeah, I mean, actually, that would be a fun episode, like characters we think would never get in that we'd want to see in the game. That's like a fun.
Okay, yeah. Like, I think a lot of people, like, you know, there's always people trying to connect the dots, but now at this point we can think, well, what's the most unlikely situation that could happen, you know?
No, it's great. So we will see. We've got a good year ahead of us, guys. Thank you all for listening. All of last year to the Smash Dispatch. Thank you for all your support. There's always a lot of good numbers on it, a lot of good comments on there. I hope you enjoyed yourselves and enjoy the next year of episodes. As always, I'm your host, Fidel. You can find me on the down low, though, on Twitter. You can find Ultima at UltimaShadowX. And we'll see you all next time. Peace out.
Peace out.